As far as you dropping from 155 to 145, are you normally good at 145 rather than being at 155?
You know, I'll be honest with you. You know, I fought 155. My whole goal, I got my contract dropped after the show. You know, I lost to Jason Ding, which was a hard loss.
Yeah,
lost to Jason
didn't like it.
But the whole game plan was, I thought you know, just with everything that was going on, I thought it'd be great to get into the WEC, you know, start somewhere new and fresh. And 145, you know, I fought 155, but I didn't have to work too hard to make 155. And my coach always told me, you know what I mean, you should try 45s. And I took his word for it. You know, the first time I fought Brett was at 145. I made the weight. It was a hard weight cut, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't listen to my coach as far as dieting and doing it the proper way. And I paid for it, you know, but I still won. But now this fight with Alvin, I've had, you know, 2.5 months to prepare. I was supposed to fight Alvin when I fought Brett, you know what I mean? And I've been taking everything seriously. I was 178 on New Year's. I'm walking around at 157, 158 right now. I'm ready, you know, I'm ready to go. I'm hydrating properly, I'm dieting properly. I'm ready.
Yeah, just getting ready. You know. Now, I remember when I talked to you on my college show, your main goal was to get into the UFC. Now that luckily the WC is bought out, I remember seeing you at the WC in Brookville in September. You were saying, you know, I'd really like to get in WC. Well, now since the merger on there, you know, who's some of the guys you would like to? I know I remember interviewing Alvin about a couple weeks ago, and he pretty much said, you know, he wants Jose Aldo. Who's some of the guys you would want to take a step up in that division to, you know, get your name out there?
You know, I don't want to. Some guys are just fed right to the wolves. You know what I mean? And a lot of people looked at the WC as being a lower class group of guys. But in my eyes, they're just as phenomenal as the guys in the UFC. The UFC is just a bigger corporation. And a bigger promotion. But I don't have any certain person I'd like to call out. One thing I just don't understand, though, obviously there's a lot of politics and everything, you know, and I don't understand the fact that you got guys like, prime example would be, I've said it before, prime example would be somebody like Waylon Lowe. Waylon Lowe, you know, not to shout him out or whatever, put him on the spot, but he tried out for the same season we were on. He lost to Santino DeFranco you know, for the fight in the house. Didn't even make it in the house, and somehow still has a contract. And has had 4 fights since then in the UFC. You know, his fight against Melvin Millar, he lost, which I can understand. That's a huge fight for him. You know what I mean? Like I said, kind of fed right to the wolves right off the get-go. I hope that when I do make it, I hope that I'm, you know, obviously you got to pick and choose your fights and work your way up. You're not, you know, I don't feel like I'm, you know, I don't feel like I deserve a championship shot. You know what I mean? I want to prove to the fans and prove to the people I want to work for. I want to know that I deserve what I'm given. You know what I mean? I don't want to be force-fed everything, and you know.
Well, it's something. Do you definitely want to do UFC or WC or say Bellator culture?
Hey, I'd love giving beggars can't be choosers. I'd love any shot. You know, Sharp, Bellator, Strikeforce, any one of these guys, and you have a little bit more freedom. And you know, it's almost like the mafia. The UFC is huge and taking over everything. So, but I
try to lock, you know, and like you said too, they even try to lock up guys too, to make sure that they can't go other places where, you know, Strikeforce and some of the other guys could allow you to go over to Japan and stuff like that too. So
you gotta weigh the pros and cons, and I'd be honored to fight for anybody. You know what I mean? You gotta sacrifice some things, and when I make it back into the UFC or make it into whatever big show it is, I'm willing to sacrifice and do what I got to do to stay there. I'm not, you know, this is my I feel like I'm given a second chance. You know, I had a little taste of the limelight, you know, back then before, and I found out what it was all about, and you know, now I'm working to get back, and as soon as I get back, I'm not going to make that second mistake of losing that. I'm going to hold on to it for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. And we appreciate that, you know, of course you're from Colorado, but, you know, you're young too, so you still got a long ways to go and stuff in the career too, so it's great that you have the passion. So whatever happens, happens. But, you know, it's just been a great comeback as far as, you know, doing the reality show and losing to Jason, to be in the run. We had 3 round 1 wins, so like it's nothing. So that was pretty impressive. And I was really impressed even seeing you at the Ring of Fire against K.O.
I'd love to thank my manager, Zach, for all that he's done for me, my coach, Drew Lawrence, and my sponsors as well. Without sponsors, I don't think people realize the importance of sponsors, you know. Without sponsors, we wouldn't be able to train like professionals and, you know, do this as a full-time job. And I'd like to thank Springs Automotive Group down here in Colorado Springs. SSV is a huge sponsor of mine. Pins and Needles Custom Tattoo, Performance MMA, they've helped me out a lot. If there's anybody else, I'm forgetting. Westside Fitness as well. If there's anybody else I'm forgetting, I apologize. But
and what's a way to connect with some of your fans or some of the people that will be watching and are going to be a new fan of yours now? So.
You can always follow me on Twitter. I got an account on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Or you can look at my website, CameronDollar.com. You know, anything over the internet and whatnot. I try to keep in touch with everybody that I can to get back.
Yeah, well, appreciate it. Good luck next round.